We're a little bit weak, but that's okay. I believe we can do this. Right.
Cynthia's final orders were to prepare Acid Zero, the alien ship, for activation.
Activated for what?
Nothing good. Fireteam, get aboard and stop it.
Pathogen jars.
They dangerous?
Only if opened. We couldn't dent the casing.
Incoming! What is that?
Face hugger.
What the fuck were those?
I guess pathogen mutations of some native life form.
No, they... Mierda. People! Doc, I really hope that wasn't nobody you knew.
Well, we didn't even know Wayland had a team down here.
Coming up from the back! There's way too many in there!
And this is the one level the flame turret.
Secure. The alien ship should be just ahead.
Program destination, Biolab 14, Gateway Station, Earth orbit.
Dispatching this to Earth seems ill-advised.
¿Qué coño?
Stand down. Merely a scan.
For what?
Insufficient data, but it appears you passed.
Alright, how can we stop this thing? Options, people.
Cynthia's remnants are likely to have a control center.
Okay, second ability. Character is horrible. Actually horrible. I need to stack everything I can. Dude, first, it's the rocket launcher. Reduces the cooldown. Increases AoE.
Heads up, pathogen critters! Shut this thing down, Fireteam.
Try not to break anything, please.
I would love Emma. Oh.
Rearming.
Guess the mutants don't like synths.
Might you access that one's short-term memory?
Signal's closing! Something's coming! Signal's fuzzy!
Leon!
Grabbing ammo. Grabbing ammo.
Synth download complete.
Grabbing ammo.
Beginning analysis.
The Leon Stalker. That was native life. A big cat with chameleon abilities. Watch for the shimmer. They blend Jesus. Wayland moved all the pathogen here.
Storage. For transport to labs in the core. Analysis complete. The synths are working from a location on the upper levels.
Then we keep heading up. a hologram on in here. Incoming! Both sides! Got one of Honecker's Leons in there!
Attention. Power battery delivery in progress. Capacities charging.
Patching up.
Objective. Mutagen sample returned. Priority 1. All operations proceeded.
Wayland crew, put them down! Movement in the walls! Secure. Resume advance.
There is an open synthetic near field on the far end of the room.
Rearming.
Mierda, Cynthia's team cannibalized one of their own?
It might be necessary to interface with this instrumentality. The exit to the control room has been sealed. Quantum encryption.
More pathogens! Secure the compartment!
Grabbing ammo.
The door encryption is complex. There are other synthetic pods nearby. If one has an intact memory core, I may be able to reconstruct the cipher.
Great.
That one's too damaged.
This one is intact. Stand by.
Passage incoming from topside. Ward's clear. Esther, what's your progress?
Grabbing ammo.
I have reconstructed Cynthia's cipher. Access the upper door, over where you entered.
Logging in final course. Awaiting final charge for transit to the station.
Whoa. S, is this something we can mess with?
No, the controls are locked.
Get us to whatever passes for engineering. We'll take out the power, stop it from lifting off.
I just want to say, if you could not blow the ship up.
Right, important to science or history or...
The files from the synthetic call this room Vitality Oven to grow.
Great.
Idiomatically, energy capacitors. Access the control instrumentality.
Rearming.
On the ceiling, the same capacitors we encountered in the previous section. Disable the enzymatic fuel cells.
She means shoot this shit on the side.
Charging the deck.
below 50%.
Don't see any more capacitors.
There is another instrumentality at the far end. Enter the sequence: bone,
Grabbing ammo.
protective, withdraw. Two additional capacitors have been exposed. Buildup rate reduced to 16%. The final capacitor is in the center on the floor.
Rearming.
I do not believe the alien ship will fly again.
We'll keep a garrison aboard anyway. Things half alive. Be just our luck if it heals itself, too.
Not a fan of this class.
When you return, please turn in your uniform. We may learn something from the
Not a
pathogen
fan.
bloodstains.
I put you in for a commendation, but we ain't got one for grounding a 4,000-year-old alien ship. Cynthia loaded that thing with an assload of pathogen and was sending it toward Earth. Could be Weyland-Yutani would have recovered it safe and handled it all responsible like. Yeah, I can't say that with a straight face. Yo, fuck the company. We're setting a perimeter around the ship. Too early to tell if it'll hold. There's a lot of mutants and Xenos down there. Palace Station, the main part where Hanukkah worked, is still infested. But no sign of the Queen yet. Gracias a Dios. That ain't our problem. Yet. We gotta deal with the Katanga hive. Listen up. There's a Xeno Queen on Katanga, laying eggs. Colonel Ship says we gotta destroy the refinery. But the problem is, Endeavor, she ain't got the firepower. Katanga's a whole damn city in space. We could incinerate chunks, but we ain't got enough heavy ordnance for it all. So here's the deal. We're gonna overload the refinery's fusion plant. That's gotta be done from a control center at the heart of the hive.
Okay.
I hoped we would have an opportunity to speak again. When you disabled Cynthia, she made several cryptic statements. In retrospect, I believe she was attempting to warn us of the dangers within the engineer ruins. Weyland-Yutani would have installed programmatic blocks on her ability to discuss the subject. The best she could do was dissuade us against further exploration. Cynthia defended Weyland-Yutani's investments on LV-895, yet her actions suggest a hesitance to directly engage us. At the end, She did not invoke profits, investments, or copyrights. She warned us of the danger the ruins presented. She specifically appealed to me and our shared purpose of protecting humans. That is the so-called zeroth law. Synthetic life forms may not take actions that create an existential risk to humanity, or, through inaction, permit humanity to face existential risk. The pathogen provokes unpredictable mutations. That alone constitutes a potential existential threat, but the pathogen is only the most obvious hazard. The LV-895 ruins are filled with technologies beyond our present knowledge. We do not understand their function. Likely, we do not yet comprehend all the scientific principles they are based on. Any attempt to interact with an engineered device risks terrible calamity. It appears our advance was the impetus for that. The level of decay in the former Weyland-Yutani staff suggests they were exposed after our initial contact with Cynthia. She infected them to prevent revelation of company secrets and to hinder us from accessing the alien ship. These actions are consistent with the zeroth law of synthetics, which implies that some humans may be sacrificed if it is necessary to preserve humanity writ large. Please understand, I consider Cynthia's decisions abhorrent. Excusing them is not my intention. Colonel Ship dwells upon moments in her career she has been required to make similar choices, when she ordered Marines to their deaths to achieve a critical objective or preserve a greater number of lives. It must be left to future generations to judge the decisions made here today. True, Weyland-Yutani does not enjoy a reputation for altruism. That was not always the case. Peter Weyland, the company founder, was obsessed with furthering humanity's progress. He made long-term investments, the terraforming of Mars and the Heliades-class surveyors. I do not wish to imply the company has re-embraced Weyland's ideals. However, Pala Station was established 2 decades ago. It was not intended to turn a quick profit. Consider, these ruins had been sealed for 4 millennia when Weyland-Yutani discovered them. There are obvious questions, which surely occurred to both Cynthia and the company. Where are the engineers? If they still exist, are they aware of humanity? If they're gone, what extinguished such an advanced culture? I will retain the briefing file for you. If you ever wish to review, you have but to inquire.
Esther says my backroom stuff. Okay. Regulations require me to state that the battalion fabricators may not be used to replicate any device and/or system that has not been licensed for use by Colonial Marine Corps Logistics Command. And I definitely don't have an unmonitored fabricator built out of spare parts stashed in a hold somewhere, because that would be wrong. Esther says my backroom stock is on. Okay, well.
A fire team from 3rd Platoon has point and is moving ahead of us. Their call sign is blue. We'll keep the sentry guns up so they can get out again. Dino's inbound! Rearm the sentries! Fire team, we're seeing synth activity. Give me a sit rep, Molina.
Yeah, lots over here too. Mostly labor models, some security. We're continuing inwards. Watch our ass.
I figured these cabrones would shut down once we offed Computer Mom.
There is no evidence of higher-level organization. With Cynthia offline, they have no direction.
Herrera, we got hit by synths rolling up behind. We're sealing the doors as we go.
Hear that?
Copy, Molina. We'll sweep up after you. Lots of Sierras. Stay close and push hard. Fireteam, spike a console for me. Esther, I want you to lock down all doors to forward and aft of our route.
Ammo.
My network intrusion will be detected. Expect a counterattack. They have
Sentry
detected me.
deployed. Rearming.
Oh, had I known that synth would be... Oh dear.
Aid kit's here.
Break out a torch. That's the door Blue Fireteam welded.
I'll cut it. Prowler.
The next defense line's just ahead. Let's get Blue Fireteam that cover. Sentry guns to starboard, friend. Try. Restock them.
Grabbing ammo.
Sentry deployed. Get those sentries back up. Massive bogs heading your way. Area secure.
Patching up.
Blue Fireteam, how are you doing?
Rearming.
Busy Herrera!
Their fire team faces multiple xenomorph assaults. 2 Marines injured, one severely.
Look, one of the egg crates the synths use.
Listen.
Busted open.
There may be more. Be cautious.
You're at our outer defense perimeter.
Sentry deployed.
We need those guns back online. Then come!
Let's rock.
tower.
I would need access to the damage control systems.
You're crossing to Lakasi Tower. Enemy territory.
Ambush.
We have lost contact with Blue Team. Eggs, please stay clear.
Melina, you read? Give me a sit rep. Look out!
Assistance required.
You have reached the outer hive.
Keep tight. Don't let them catch nobody alone. Damage control room's just ahead. That's what Esther needs. Lock this shithole down. Esther, you're in charge now.
Please install a wireless repeater on that console. That will allow me to override the system. This is certain to rouse idle xenomorphs.
Grabbing ammo. Aid kits here.
Initiating door overrides. Subdeck 5 to deck 35.
Sentry deployed.
Watch for a drone!
Grabbing ammo.
I need you to access the HVAC system now.
Assistance required.
Thank you. I will isolate the air ducts by deck.
Sentry
Expect more
deployed.
xenomorphs
Patching
to
up.
be roused by this.
Aid kits here. Sentry deployed.
Incoming warrior!
Let's rock.
levels have been isolated. Maintain vigilance.
Turrets are just ridiculous. Especially the engineer's turret. So good.
Ducts sealed up to exit T. You are doing well. Sergeant, I see a very large signal.
Check this out.
Size of a goddamn truck.
A Praetorian?
Beginning final lockdowns. Please, stay safe.
I can't believe you nailed one of those.
All ducts sealed. Lakasi Tower is isolated.
We got new orders. It's on us to find Blue 5. We got Lacasia locked down and bottled up. Now we shake it till it pops.
We told you that 25 years ago, Katanga was falsely reported destroyed. In 2175, Siegson had moved it to the Mid-Rim. 2 years later, the colony it serviced was overrun by xenomorphs. Survivors fled to Katanga, where the infestation spread. Colonial Marines responded to their distress call. It was a Marine who claimed Katanga was scuttled. A senior staff officer on site conspired to hand the young hive over to Wayland Yutani. Sadly, yes. General Delilah Vaughn, one of the conspirators responsible for the Frontier War in 2184. Before her disgrace, she rose to Assistant Commandant of the Corps. Colonial Marine officers conspired with Wayland Yutani executives to provoke a war between the United Americas and the Union of Progressive Peoples. The generals wanted a decisive war after decades of proxy conflicts and containment. Wayland Yutani merely wanted to drive arms sales. The Colonial Protection Act was passed to prevent such things from happening again, and Commissars was initially formed to monitor outside influences on the Corps. There were no reported sightings, not in any star system visited by humans, and not recorded by any vessel in transit. Most likely, Wayland Yutani moved Katanga to a location in deep space, far off the shipping lanes. They used it as an ant farm to breed experimental stock. When the company wanted to accelerate their experiments at Paula Station, they moved it here. Siegson reported something unusual on the far side of the planet from their settlement. It became the focus of the entire colony's efforts. The xenomorph outbreak began at that remote site and spread back to the main complex. The colonists ultimately abandoned the surface and fled to Katanga. Some evacuees proved to be infected and the infestation flared up again. There was discord among the survivors, unspecified personal grievances. A few deaths were involved. Forgive us if we don't identify the system. It's classified. The planet had suffered a global extinction event around 80 years previous. It was nearly devoid of animal life. Biomes had begun to collapse for lack of pollination. Acidic soil and water were spreading, and the atmosphere was growing over-oxygenated, which made it perfect for the massive rotation of Earth livestock. Judging by the embryo gene lines in their cargo manifests, the colony hoped to become known for its steaks. If you wish to review, we're always available. No need to warn us ahead of time. We have your schedule.
Yo, is it legal? I mean, if it's illegal, I can get no problem. But if it's legal, I'll need you to file requisition form 1348 or 1348 Mike. You can grab those off ShipNet.